everybody, welcome back to another episode of our Horsemanship 101 series presented by Hanson Dam Riding School. Today we're going to be talking about how to halter and lead your horse safely. So your halter is what you use to lead, tie, and cross tie the horses. And so on the halter, the horse's nose is going to go through this part, and this crown piece is going to sit behind their ears. This buckle will sit just under, and the lead rope should sit right in the middle of their chin. So there's two ways to put on the halter. You can either undo this throat latch snap and slide the crown piece over their ears and redo the snap, or you can undo this buckle of the crown piece, slide it over their nose, and redo the buckle so it'll sit just below their left ear. I'm going to show you both methods today. So first you need to enter the stall. It's always a good idea to tell the horse that you're there. Hi, Schmando. If the horse is facing away from you, you either want to click or say their name until they turn around and face you. You should never ever walk into a stall when the horse has their butt to you. That can be really dangerous and it's a good way to get kicked. So Orlando's looking at me, so we are good to go. So I'm going to open up my stall door. And the whole time, I'm going to keep myself in between the exit and the horse. You never want the horse to be in between you and the exit, because then it's easy for him to escape or easy for you to get trapped in the stall. So now we're going to put on the halter. So to make sure he knows he's getting caught and to make sure he can't pull away, I'm going to take my lead rope, making sure he doesn't leave the stall, and lay it over his shoulders. That just gives him a heads up so he knows what's happening. And if he tries to run away, I have something to grab onto. That's more important in a turnout or a pasture setting, but it's very important to practice proper safety at all times. So next, I've undone my buckle here. So I'm gonna put one hand on either side of the cheek pieces, slide this over his nose, bring the crown piece gently behind his ears, and do this buckle on the side. You wanna situate it so it sits just below his left ear. Then I'm gonna check the fit. The halter shouldn't be too snug. You should be able to get at least a whole hand in between the nose band and this throat latch piece, but it shouldn't be so loose that it's sitting too low on their nose or that it's just sliding right off their face. And once I've made sure that it's not too tight, too loose, or sitting too low on his nose, I'm going to take this end and tuck it through the keeper, just for some extra security. You should always tuck in the end of the keeper, never leave it sticking out. Then it can get caught on something and come loose, and then you'll lose your horse. So the second method of putting on your halter is undoing this throat latch snap. You only want to do this if you have a halter that you know fits your horse, as because you're not doing this buckle, you can't adjust the fit at all. I know this halter fits him. So same thing as before, I'm going to put one hand on either side of the cheek pieces, but this time I'm going to put the crown piece just a little forward so that I could slide it all the way over his ears. Slide that over his nose, and then carefully bring this crown piece over his ears. Make sure there aren't any forelock pieces. And then I'm gonna take this snap and hook it back onto this side here. And we're good to go. To safely lead your horse, you're gonna have your right hand about 6 inches from the bottom of the snap on the lead rope, and your left hand holding the rest of the lead rope in a bundle. That way it's not dragging on the ground. You wanna make sure that you're holding the lead rope in a bunch rather than looping it around your hand like this. Looping it around, if he runs away, the lead rope will catch around my hand and it could drag me, give me rope burn. Basically just a bad idea. So always hold all of your excess lead rope in a nice bunch. That'll just pull right out of your hand. Got my excess lead rope, I've got this. And you're gonna walk him nice and straight, looking where you wanna go, not looking at him. Exactly where you wanna go. And you're always gonna be on the left side of your horse. And you want to stand between his head and his shoulder. You don't want to be too far back, but you don't want to be too far forward because then you don't have any control over where his head goes. To walk forward, you're going to use your voice and walk forward, looking where you want to go. To stop, you're going to use your voice first and gently pull on the lead rope. That puts pressure on his nose. Turning is the exact same. You're going to look where you want to go. Guide him around with the lead rope, keeping him on your left side and at an appropriate distance. Be careful not to walk too close to his head because then he could step on you. and make sure you're not too far away or else you'll lose control. To safely walk into the cross ties, you're gonna get your horse super, super straight. You never wanna come in on a sharp angle, and you're gonna walk straight in with confidence. When it's time to turn around, you're gonna guide his head around and turn your entire body and keep looking out where you wanna go. Then tell him whoa when his face gets to the end. If you turn to look at him while you're turning around, then he won't know where he's supposed to go. Plus, that means you can't get out of the way fast enough and you could get stepped on. So always turn all the way around and keep walking until his head is right where he's supposed to get cross-tied. So to walk them into their stall, just like when you're walking into the cross ties, get them nice and super straight. And walk all the way into the stall. Then you're going to turn the horse around, turning your body completely around just like the cross ties, until their head is by the food and you're right by the door so you can make a quick escape. So now that we're securely in our stall, we're going to take the halter off. So you're going to start by untucking this piece, then take your left hand, hold it on the bottom of the buckle, take your right hand and pull, and then push the buckle away from you with your left hand while lifting the strap with your right hand. That'll make even sticky buckles come loose really easily. Then gently slide the crown piece out, put one hand on either side of the halter, and gently slide it off his nose. Take your lead rope, and you're good to go. The second way to take off your halter is exactly the opposite of the second method, throat latch snap. So you're gonna undo this snap, and then anchoring one hand on either cheek piece, just gently slide it over his ears and off his nose. Once he's free, make sure he's not gonna leave, and keep an eye on him as you leave the stall and shut the door behind you. Never turn your back to a horse in a stall. Even if you trust them, it's always best to be safe. Thanks so much for joining us for another episode of our Horsemanship 101 series presented by Hanson Dam Riding School. Be sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my new content. If you have any questions or ideas about things you'd like to learn or content you'd like to see, comment below and I'll try to make it happen. Thanks so much for watching, and remember to always ask why. Bye for now. And the lead rope, excuse me, manners.
Kid is kind of.
Where are you going? Where are you going?